Hey there, Sagittarius! Welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy my readings, please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as leave me a comment and let me know if this reading resonates with you. Alright, so tonight we've got Virgo Moon coming in, and it's not a full moon, just a regular old, almost full moon, but it might have you feeling a little OCD, like you want to alphabetize something. Okay, let's see. Alright, so I'm going to just do an old school shuffle on these boo-boos, because I just keep getting the same cards over and over, no matter how many times I shuffle. Alright, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Okay, some cards jumped out. Let's see what we got. Alright, so we got the Fools. Uh-oh, reversed. Okay, that's actually the card of Sam and Dean. Gotta love it, right? Then we've got the Queen of Goblets. Alright, so that's the answer to your question. Alright, so if you haven't thought of your question already, then take a moment and... Have you been feeling foolish? Because we've got the Fool card right here, the answer to your question. What have you been doing, Sagittarius? Uh-oh. Nine of Pentacles. Alright. And one more for the future. Future. Sagittarius. Let's cut the deck. Sagittarius future. 10 of Cups. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so let's get started with this Fool card. So I don't know if you are a regular on my channel, but I actually have had quite a few people who get the Fool card and then get into some serious trouble with the law not too terribly long after. So I actually made a whole deck of cards somewhere around here, if I can find it, that has laws. Alright, and let me find it. I can only find my sleep mask. You know, you never find what you're looking for when you need it, right? What do I do with it? Okay, so, hold on just a second. Oh. It's gotta be right here. Here we go. Alright. So, with the Fool card, I always pull at least 3 of these here laws. So this is literally the amendments in the Constitution. And this is just to kind of remind you not to be a fool. But your Fool card is reversed, so I don't think that this is... we're going to have to read it and see what it says in this particular deck, because it's a little different than the traditional deck. Alright, so let's see. Let's get started. So the Fool card is the very first card in the deck, and the Fool represents the very beginning of an important new journey. in the major life change. Sam and Dean Winchester transition into solo hunters after their father's disappearance perfectly embodies the spirit of the Fool Tarot card. In other words, they really don't know what they're getting themselves into. Alright? And reversed, it says, the Fool reversed comes as a warning against impulsive actions. Plan your next moves carefully to avoid getting caught up in a messy predicament. Even if you find yourself trapped, remember, not all is lost. Like Sam and Dean, there will be friends and allies along the way to help you through the thick and thin, come what it may. Alright, so we're going to pull a couple of these cards here that are the amendments of the Constitution. One jumped out. Number 4, protection against unreasonable search and seizure of property. Must have a warrant or reasonable suspicion. Alright, so the reason I made these cards is actually because of this very card right here. So, someone in my life that I love very much went out of state and took their gun and their marijuana, and you know, they ended up going to jail for having guns and drugs. Well, the state that they came from, it was legal. It is legal, but they are still not supposed to have both at the same time, you know. They went into another state where it's not legal and ended up in jail. So be sure that if you're traveling, like the Winchesters often do, that you know the laws of the states that you're going into. Alright, and for your second constitutional amendment, that does not even go in this deck. Alright, y'all, I am getting completely bombarded with mosquitoes. I'm fixing to murder this thing before it gets me. I cannot believe this. Get out of here. I'm gonna lose a card trying to kill this thing. Well. That's gross. Sorry that you had to witness that. Lost my jewelry. Alright, let's move on. Next. I had to clean the skeeter off my card. So in the south it rains for a week or two, and then you get completely just overwhelmed with mosquitoes. Can't even deal with it. Alright. 1951. Limited terms. Alright, you can only stay in the presidency for 2 terms at a time. Gotta watch out for that totalitarianism, right? Alright. One more card. Freedom to have a fair court trial. Alright. In case you didn't know, that there is a law that says that you have to have freedom to have a fair court trial. So, this is a very strange thing, but my husband once went to jail, and they woke him up in the middle of the night and told him that he could call his wife right now if he signed this paperwork. So without even reading it, he signed his rights away. And after he got off the phone with me, he found out that he had signed his right away to see a judge. So, yes, the government gets, you know, the state pays the jails for you to be in there. And so do not fall for any of these tricks, okay? It doesn't matter what you're in there for. It's not like he was in there for murder or anything. He was in there for a ticket that he already paid. He just didn't get his license back yet. And so therefore they threw him back in there, which shouldn't even be legal, okay? So just be careful what you sign. Watch out what you read. make sure that you read anything before you sign it, obviously. And I don't care how much heck they're giving you, you read it. Alright, so the Queen of Goblets. Let's take a look. Now that we've got the Fool card out of the way. Queen of Goblets. This is in the factors affecting your situation. So, goblets are cups, which are associated with Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So this might have something to do with a water sign in your life. Queen of Goblets is... Alright, so the Queen of Cups, or Goblets, upright. Goblets, the Queen of Goblets is a nurturing but tough matriarchal figure, much like a hunter. Mother and salon owner. Ellen Harville. Ellen is very protective of her daughter, Jo. This sort of caring, fierce mother bear energy perfectly represents the Queen of Goblets. The tarot card is a reminder to be nurturing and compassionate with those that you love. So I am not a mother, but many of my friends tell me that I am very motherly, and you know, I think it only ever got a lot worse after I lost my own mother. I did learn how to control myself when it comes to my siblings and mothering them, since it's kind of a sore subject when your mom is passed. So, yeah, I try not to mother my fellow sibling who has lost her mother, because that can be a sore subject too. But, okay. So there you go. Somebody in your life is motherly, loving, watching, and it says to make sure that you are taking care of the people that you love. And then the Emperor. Okay, so this is Sam and Dean's dad, in case you don't recognize him here. He looks kind of rough, but I think that's him. Let's make sure. This is the Emperor. So I'm not really sure what sign the Emperor is associated with, but a lot of my readers really enjoy that I tell people what, I lost my cheat sheet on this, so y'all bear with me. The Emperor is associated with what zodiac sign?
Aries. According to tarot notes, the Emperor is associated with the zodiac sign Aries, manifesting self-assertion, authority, and power over the instincts.
Alright, so there you go. Asserting power over your instincts. Upright. The Emperor is the ultimate authoritarian. A very strong patriarchal figure, much like a master hunter, John Winchester. I was right, that is their father. John is skilled and knowledgeable hunter, and his thorough record keeping helps his sons when they find his journal and decide to follow in his footsteps. The Emperor advises you to stay vigilant, sensible, and disciplined. Alright, so this is a really, really good card. I actually do too keep a journal. That kind of can come back to bite you. You know, sometimes it can come back to bite you if you keep a journal. But I keep one for my health, and I also am epileptic, so my triggers can kill me. So I really, really keep a journal of my triggers so that I can know what not to do. So let's take a look here. We got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I think it's reversed. It's hard to tell. Yeah, no, that's right. It's upright. Hold on. Nine of Pentacles. So Pentacles are associated with Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And this one's upright, so it says the Nine of Pentagrams Excuse me, y'all. I just ate dinner and I keep burping. So rude. The Nine of Pentagrams indicates wealth, material abundance, health, finances, and satisfaction of living comfortably, knowing that you have everything that you need. Alright, so I love this card. I didn't pull any lover cards, y'all. I typically try to do the lover cards at the same time, but I got distracted with the Fool card. Alright, so be careful when you get the Fool card. You know, it could be meaning that someone is trying to work one over on you. Alright, so the Fool card, the Lover's card that goes with the Fool card is... a sexual or gender minority. People don't know how to act when they're in a new situation. They may feel culture shock or some kind of, you know, inevitable, and it's inevitable that sometime in your life you're going to end up being a minority. And if you're not accustomed to how that feels, it can definitely feel like you're outnumbered, and you know, it can be quite scary. So, you know, it does take a lot of inner strength to overcome that type of feeling, especially if it's like a sexual minority or has to do with the gender minority, like such as transgender, something like that. It can really hurt you really bad when people judge you, especially if you know they really don't know where you're coming from. And unfortunately, a lot of people never will know where you're coming from. You know, that's just part of life. When I was little, I was minority, I was racial minority, and I was very boyish looking little girl. So I kind of get it, I understand it, but as a white person, I have no idea how a lot of racial minorities survive, and I just always try to treat people with the utmost respect and courtesy, because I know how bad it hurts to be treated badly for no good reason. Ooh, triggers. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Goblets, and this is the motherly figure, you know, in your life that is probably a water sign. Triggers destroy love. Go to a therapist and find the root of your triggers. Alright, so this is funny because I know it doesn't seem funny, but you know, this is definitely a trigger between me and my sibling. Mothering her is a trigger for her. So I have to be careful not to trigger her and be mothering her, because it reminds her that my mom is no longer around. And it can be very hard to keep my mouth shut. But, you know, if you love someone and you truly care about them, you will be careful how you word things. Alright, the Emperor. So we've got an authoritarian figure and somebody who's possibly a father figure. So we've got a mother figure here, and we got a father figure here, and then we've got like a sexual minority group in the Fool card. So I kind of feel like there's some kind of person who isn't quite understanding what you're going through. And it may be a parent, it may be a parental figure. So the father, criticize. Okay, so the Emperor card also comes with criticism card. And it says, if it's you that's criticizing your father, then you need to be careful for your words and the tone of your voice when you're talking to, especially your elders. Doesn't really matter if it's your father or not. But if it's them that's criticizing you, it can actually spiral out of control very quickly and turn into a stonewalling situation. Now, John Gottman has a thing about narcissistic relationships, but it really doesn't matter what type of relationship it is. You know, criticism is not going to be accepted well So be careful what you say. And for your Nine of Pentacles, which is just happiness, abound, and good vibes, this is in factors affecting your situation. And your love card that goes with it is the Lady. All-consuming love, nurturing. Alright, so you got another nurturing lady in your life. And it is probably a Virgo or Capricorn or Taurus. Alright, and this lovely lady is possibly your lover, all-consuming love, nurturing, motherly figure, and it looks like you've just about got everything that you want with this relationship here. So, but you do have this sexual or gender minority here. So that might be giving you some kind of issues. Because I always feel like the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups is always like there's that one little thing missing. So it might just be the way that other people look at you, or the way that others are assuming things, that parental type of looking down upon you for no good reason. Okay, so we have heavy burdens to bear. Next to the Ten of Cups, we're getting... So the Ten of Cups is basically that you have everything that you've ever wanted. Didn't I read the Ten of Cups? Let me see if I did. The Ten of Goblets. The Ten of Goblets reverse suggests that you're enduring struggles within... No, it's not reversed. No. The Ten of Goblets represents happy, harmonious relationships and healthy emotional balance. This tarot card suggests that you're entering a period of deep emotional fulfillment when you will feel supported, valued by your friends and your family. The Ten of Goblets tarot card advises you to cherish your loved ones and enjoy the moment. But your Lover's card has the Crucifix, which means that you might be trying to carry the burdens of too much. Obligations, burdens, codependency, or just heavy burdens, heavy on your heart. And it says freedom right here at the top. So you might not be free to do what you truly want to do, especially if you're dealing with triggers from your motherly-like person or fatherly-like criticism. I feel like there's definitely something holding you back. Let's take a narcissist card. And oddly, I had found my Flying Monkeys card was in the wrong deck. It was in this deck. So I feel like it was meant to come out in this reading. So I'm going to go ahead and read it, okay? Flying monkeys, gaslighting, not taking responsibility. All of your friends love the narcissist, on-again, off-again relationships, playing the victim and being unavailable whenever you need them. And that is straight up the flying monkey. Alright, so that's going to go right there on top of the Fool card. So somebody might be, not understanding sexual or gender minorities, and they have maybe a group of people that are not understanding what you're going through. Okay, and let's pull another narcissist card, since that one was not really not really shuffled. I just kind of found it, and I feel like it needed to be brought to the surface because it wasn't in the right deck, so it was standing on top of that other deck. Like, see me, I'm here. Alright, and do not criticize the narcissist. Aristotle said, to avoid criticism, say nothing and be nothing. In other words, be yourself. You know, say what you need to say, because if you don't, then you won't get your point across and people will not respect you. Alright, so in other words, you're not going to be anything if you don't be yourself. My grandma always used to say, kill them with kindness, right? So I do oftentimes try to be nice instead of being mean, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to say how I feel. I might just say it in a nice way. In the most respectful way that you can, right? The client and lawyers use time-sensitive push to force you to do something fast before you have the time to think about it. Desperation manipulation. Appeal to empathy. Roll down your window in a dark alley. Appeals to sympathy and empathy. Alright, so someone might be trying to manipulate you, and I feel like this is very, very true because of the Fool card and some of these other cards that you have here. Don't give in to this tactic of hype. I am so sick of hype. People will try to make you feel like if you don't make this decision right now, then you're going to miss out. Well, guess what? Don't you dare make any decision until you are, absolutely ready to, okay? And that goes right next to this father, authoritarian figure, criticizing, and desperation, desperately manipulating. So a lot of people can't get you to do what they want, so they will manipulate you, try to make you, freak out and do something stupid, right? Well, you can't let people do that to you. You have to stand your ground. Alright, and then we've got the Narcissist card. We've got the the 9 of Pentacles, happy, love, all-consuming love, nurturing lover, and I don't even want to put a Narcissist card next to that because that's beautiful. Let's do a manifestation card next to that instead. Since we've got some really good positive cards, we're going to do a manifestation card next to the lovers. Because there's no negative vibes coming off of that. Self-care. Boost your confidence. Alright, so with your all-consuming love and the 9 of Pentacles, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Alright, so, and with your final card, we've got the 10 of Cups overflowing, so all of your cups are overflowing, but you're still carrying this heavy burden, this heavy codependent, possibly, burden of obligations and regrets. So it has something to do with freedom. And let's take a manifestation card and see what we can do about it. Okay. Emotion creates new transitions. Alright, so transitions are very important. As an artist, I feel like transitions will make it or break it when it comes to your artwork, when it comes to writing, if you're writing a novel, or if you're transitioning from one type of art to another. Like say you've been doing portraits and then you swap over to another type of art. There's this transition phase where you get like a bump in the road and it's really hard to get up over that bump. Maybe you have to, change gears on your bike or whatever to get up over that bump. Maybe you have to put your snow tires on. Maybe you got stuck and you had some trouble, but it's okay because, this emotion is going to create new transitions. So this crucifix that you're carrying, this heavy burden that you're carrying, it's so that you can have your cups overflowing. And what you need to do to overcome these burdens is create transitions into the new. All right. So, for example, I actually failed a paper once because I didn't do good transitions. There's just this one or two sentences that transition from one to another, and in that tiny little transition, they gave me a B instead of an A. So, these transitions are very important, and what you have to do is just slowly change over from one to the other, and it does take time, especially like right now during this pandemic. I feel like everyone's in a transition. We're all wanting to go out and, I just bought a snap maker. I have all this artwork piled up, and nobody wants to meet me anywhere. I have a whole family portrait that's taken me 3 years to finish, and I can't even meet the person because I don't know, we can't seem to catch each other, and so it's always a bad time. So I know that transitions can be difficult. Just hang in there and it will work out. And let me see, I feel like we're missing something here. Maybe we should pull, well, let's pull one of these cards. This is a Hermetic Deck. Okay, one jumped out. The Law of Self-Knowledge. Alright, so self-knowledge this is what I consider like the shadow self. And I feel like I know myself so much better now that I have delved into my shadow self. And these little things that happened to you when you were young, or like a bad situation, these triggers and things of that nature that kind of, maybe it's the sexual or gender minority. Maybe people treated you bad for whatever reason. And maybe you had some type of culture shock or a new situation. Something that you're not accustomed to might be throwing you for a loop. Especially since you're bearing this crucifix. Okay, we got another one jump out. Hermetic philosophy. Okay, this is just the top of the card. But it says Genesis 2:15 through 17. So normally, I know this is kind of strange to have like a religious scripture right in the middle of a tarot reading, but let's check it out. Genesis 2:15. Alright. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and to take care of it. And the Lord God took the man and took him into the Garden of Eden and to dress it and to keep it. Alright, so this might have something to do with, reaping what you sow. Go ahead and just know that whatever you put out there, it's going to come back tenfold. Alright, so anytime that you put in something out there into the world, it's going to come back to you. So make sure that you're putting out good, positive information. And I feel like that's a pretty well-rounded read now. Alright, so I hope that this answered any question that you might have had. If not, please leave me a comment and I would be happy to do a personal reading. Also, I have this beautiful Tarot Illuminati deck. If you would be interested, please go to my Patreon account. We have the Meta Moon Society. If you'd like to join for $1 a month, you will be entered to win this beautiful Tarot Illuminati deck. And thank you so much for coming back to my channel, Sagittarius. I've had a couple really good, thorough, viral videos, for me anyway, on my channel. Sagittarius had one of the most videos with the most amount of likes on it. So I want to give you all a big, huge thanks for staying to the end of this reading. If you're still here, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you'd like to be notified next time the readings come out. And y'all come back now, you hear?